What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we're going to be hopping back over to the expanded format and looking at what some would consider one of the most hated decks in expanded, and that indeed is Trevenant with Trevenant Break. This Forest Curse ability is just so annoying and obnoxious. The ability to get it on turn 1 is what makes it so good. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play any item cards from his or her hand. So we're going to go ahead and hop in, taking a look at Trevenant and talking about why this deck is so annoying and why so many people hate it. And the reason is because, like I said, you can get this done on the first turn through the use of the supporter card Wally, which we'll talk about here in just a moment, but we're going to run through the Pokemon lineup first. The attack here as well, Tree Slam, 60 damage. It does 20 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. We will find ourselves using this from time to time, but the main attack we will be using is Silent Fear. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon, which may not seem like much, but spreading a ton of damage across the field over the course of a game can eventually add up to a lot. And we have 160 HP. That's so much HP on a non-EX. One thing that is unfortunate is we are weak to Dark. So going up against things that play Zoroark-GX is definitely not very good for us. Hopefully we can avoid those things though, and we can hopefully streamline, and we have some outs to Zoroark-GX decks. One of those being a Necrozma-GX here with that Black Ray GX attack. This is the only GX attack. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say the only. We could potentially use Tapu Lele on Tapu Lele, but Black Ray GX, 100 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon EX and Pokemon GX. So by spreading all that damage, we can maybe get some Zoroark softened up for a few more Silent Fears. And then we also have another out here in Espeon-EX's Miraculous Shine. All the Zoruas in format have 60 HP. So after 2 Silent Fears, if we can come up in Miraculous Shine, devolve each of those, put them in our opponent's hand, we can definitely win some games through that as well. And by going first and just locking our opponent out of the game, we can definitely just win games because of that, because they don't have any other outs. They have a handful of items, and we're locking those items, and they can't really do much of anything. We are playing a split here, 1 Tapu Lele-GX, 1 Jirachi-EX. I am playing Level Ball in this list, so for that reason, I think it is worth playing the 1 Jirachi. But other than that, we'll go ahead and expand the list and look at what else we are working with. Excuse me. 1 copy of Computer Search, really important as far as the A-Spec goes. It's just another out to that turn 1 Trevenant, so a useful A-Spec there. We've got 4 copies of Enhanced Hammer. Special Energy is so popular, so if we get Enhanced Hammer, get rid of those things and try to deal with what our opponent's throwing at us, that will be good. 1 copy of Field Blower to manage our opponent's tools if they get down some float stones. If we go, if we go second, they go first, get down some float stones, they can maneuver their field. That's a little annoying to deal with, so Field Blower is good for that. 4 copies of Level Ball, helping us increase our odds of that turn 1 Jirachi, but also good to get down Phantumps for us as well. 2 copies of Super Rod, shuffling back any of our Trevenant line if it gets knocked out. 4 Ultra Balls, another out to that turn 1 Jirachi / Tapu Lele for that Wally, and just helps us get our other evolutions set up. 4 VS Seekers, letting us reuse any of these supporters. And then 4 Dimension Valley as well, making each of our attacks in the deck cost 1 Colorless less, which is really useful, especially with Silent Fear. We can just go 1 energy and Silent Fear spread, so really good there. 1 copy of Lysandre, bringing up whatever our opponent has on the bench. We can definitely use this to lock something active and just spread for a couple turns, and hopefully our opponent doesn't have a way to retreat or move that active Pokemon. 3 copies of N and 4 Sycamore for the draw supporters, and then 2 copies of that Wally supporter, which we've already talked about a little bit here. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. This counts as evolving that Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So just going in turn 1, being able to get that Wally out with either Stellar Guidance or with Wonder Tag, and just getting up to that Trevenant in turn 1 if we started with a Phantump is so good, like I have said a couple times here. We do have 3 copies of Rescue Scarf, a really useful tool card in this deck. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack, put that Pokemon into your hand. So it's a way to help us keep streaming our Trevenants and Trevenant Breaks. one copy of double colorless energy. This is really just here for that Black Ray GX. I could see us coming in with a Lele though and doing some damage potentially to clean up a last knockout for the game. And 7 Psychic Energies to round the deck out. But there it is, folks. There is the list. I'm not a huge fan of this deck. I think it's really clunky, and I think most good players can find themselves a way to get around it. But we'll see if we can snag a couple of wins in today's video. Hopefully we'll get to go first, because that is a huge advantage for this deck if we can go first and get that turn 1 Trevenant. But my opponent gets to call the flip, so it's all going to come down to what Trainization says. We did lose the flip, so unfortunately we'll go second. But normally getting turn 2 Trevenant, or turn 1 Trevenant going second is a lot easier, but not with this hand, guys. We do only play one Necrozma-GX. It's the only thing in our deck that doesn't have a 1 retreat cost, so we're going to have to find our 1 double colorless energy to retreat this into a, our 1 double colorless energy if we want to retreat this into a Phantump to Ascension this turn. So not great, not great. We do have Enhanced Hammer, which is solid, but my opponent's actually going to in us. Our hand was really awkward, so I'm totally fine with that. We were probably just going to go Dimension Valley in, so this will hopefully give us a little bit more options. Nope, no more options. Who needs options? Options are not for you. Not for you, not for me. Okay, let's find not a Phantump. We want to get a Phantump down. We will go ahead and attach to the active. We could potentially use Prismatic Burst if it comes down to it. Do not find a Phantump, and we're going to just click Done onto my opponent's turn. We did find the DCE, though, so if we had found a Phantump and not attached, we could have retreated Dimension Valley and Ascensioned into Trevenant, but that is not the case, unfortunately. So this does 60 for each Psychic we discard, right? So that's an option, I guess, via Seeker here. Gonna go for the N. I'm okay with that. We'll give him the heart, because I was gonna have to Sycamore away a Trevenant and a Break. We do have an Enhanced Hammer, which is great. Let's see if they can find a Zoroark. We do find a Phantump, and we have an Energy, so we can retreat into this guy. There's a Zoroark, and a pass onto our turn. Okay, let's go. We can do this. Boom, active. Do we in or do we retreat Super Rod Sycamore? I think we like just have to get the lock here. So let's go ahead and retreat into Phantump. We like just have to. We'll go ahead and Super Rod. So we're going to Sycamore here. I know we've got 2 VS Seekers in our hand, but if we whiff the Dimension Valley here, that'll be really, really bad for us. We do hit it. Thankfully, we get a replacement Phantump down even, if we want it. I think since we have the Trevenant in our hand, we do want it, but I don't want to really get rid of anything else in this hand. I guess we get rid of Energy. Well, this normally doesn't play any Stadium, so I guess it's okay to get rid of the Stadium. I guess that's something to consider. And this is our first deck search, so let's see what we've got access to. We have all of our Trevenants. We did prize a Break, though. All of our Enhanced Hammers, that's great. Both of our other Dimension Valleys, and looks like we only prized 1 Psychic Energy. Okay, so turn 3 Trevenant here, but that's alright. Alright, is this actually, this is our second turn, isn't it? Yeah, this is our second turn, but took us a little while to get here. If my opponent had a Zoroark GX, they would have played it last turn. If they had a VS Seeker in their hand, they would have played it last turn as well, so we'll see what kind of supporter option they have. No Rescue Scarf, of course, is a little unfortunate. And if my opponent doesn't get a Zoroark this turn, ooh, there's a Lele. If they get a Zoroark and knock this Trevenant out, we're going to be playing from very far behind. Very, very far behind. And I'm almost going to want to go Necrozma over Trevenant. But we'll see. They could whiff. They theoretically could whiff, but they probably play the full 4 Zoroark GX. So not the lowest, or not the highest odds to whiff. They do find it. They'll get a knockout. And that's why, I don't know, I'm just like, sometimes the deck can be a little clunky. Maybe we shouldn't be playing the Necrozma line. We'll see if we can find a way to deal with this, though. Right, his beating comes in, hits us for 240. That is ugly for sure. So I think, based on that, we're just going to bring up Necrozma and try to Black Ray this turn. We have to find the 1 DCE. But we do get that, which is good. And worst case scenario, we just attach a Psychic to the Trevenant. We didn't find it. We can get another Phantump down, though. We do have N next turn. We didn't even find an Enhanced Hammer, which is really just not great. He can't knock this out, so I kind of just want to attach and try to Black Ray next turn. We'll go with that. And we'll click done, because we can't use any of our attacks, unfortunately. And he has a huge hand to work with. He is no longer item locked. This is not looking hot, guys. And this is one of the reasons, you know, I just think Zoroark is such a powerful card, and that is not good for Trevenant. If we found an Enhanced Hammer there, we can maybe make something happen, but as we see, he has a Computer Search. So, we do get to end to 3 if he finds a knockout this turn. I would be surprised if he found a knockout this turn. Pretty surprised, honestly. And if we top deck a Psychic, I guess maybe we should have actually held the Psychic energy, because next turn we can go Guzma this. We can go Lele for... Oh no, we don't have Guzma in the deck. That's right, we only play Lysandre. So this is a turn where Guzma would be nice. But looks like we're going to have to give our opponent a couple more turns of items here at least. At least one more turn after including this one. Because if we just retreat the energy off, that's not very good for us. Let's see if he gets a Guzma option. Evo Soda comes out, finds another Zoroark. I guess that's his only option, so it has to be another Zoroark. So I don't know if he's used his first trade yet. I don't think so. I don't think he's traded yet. I think the first thing he did was Computer Search. He does have a Guzma, which is unfortunate. Brings up the Trevenant. We do get it back, thankfully. But this is looking tough. We can spread. He did evolve this, so we can spread 100. If he evolves this one, we can actually take a 4-prize turn, potentially, with Black Ray GX into Espeon. Well, I should have checked if the Espeon was in the deck. I don't remember, actually. We'll go here. We can check now, I guess. Espeon is in the deck. And we really want to find just an energy here. Psychic or DCE I'm fine with. Only 4 left in the deck? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we just prized 1. We'll go Rescue Scarf. Do we in? I should have checked if the other Super Rod is in the deck. I think even still we kind of need to end. We just really need to hit energy here. At least energy. We got a Psychic. I would have preferred a DCE, I think, because I'd like to save the Psychic for a Trevenant. We can go here. We did get Enhanced Hammer, which is nice. We'll go ahead and play this because we just don't want it in the deck anymore. We'll just grab Jirachi so we don't draw it, and we'll probably just Computer Search it away, honestly, next turn. And we'll go Black Ray GX, so spreading some damage across the board. Maybe if we can get off a couple Silent Fears before this game ends, it won't be quite totally over. I should have checked once again if Super Rod was in the deck. I did not do that. I'm a fool, but we'll see if we can maybe do that on the other end of this end. So my opponent does have access to items still. We don't have a Trevenant active, unfortunately. He could Guzma knock out our only Trevenant again, which would not be fun. We do have a Rescue Scarf, thankfully. My opponent could actually get a knockout here if they found Acerola into DCE into Crossing Cut GX. And that might be what they found here. Let's see what it is. There's a Zorua. There's a DCE. Crossing Cut GX. Now they only need to take 2 more prizes to win the game, and we have to take 6. Alright, so we're going to have to end them to 2. And they're going to have to draw nothing. We could honestly just Sycamore, but they've got so many cards in their hand. They're going to have a DCE. We do have a Trevenant Break, though. So Rescue Scarf is solid. But we actually only need one more Rescue Scarf this game because of, you know, they only have 2 prizes left. There is Super Rod in the deck, and can we put 3 Psychics back? We can, but I think we actually just grab the Psychic Energy, honestly, guarantee the attachment. And we'll go in. He does have this Coco active, which is annoying. Should we bench Espeon so that we can maybe eventually use it? I wanted an Enhanced Hammer because he can Armor Press, which isn't great, but thankfully he doesn't have a way to knock this out that isn't... Like, he can get Acerola to pick this up, though, and get the DCE back, so that's a little annoying. I think we do go ahead and bench it since we don't have any switching options, really. And we'll just go Silent Fear, spread some damage. So, if we can spread twice more... If he gets a knockout this turn, the game becomes pretty hard. But if he doesn't get a knockout this turn, it's actually still very winnable for us. He does have access to 2 trades, though. So here comes trade number 1. Let's see, he's got 2 DCEs left. We got rid of 1 earlier. There's this one here. Still had 3 Enhanced Hammers in the deck. If we could have just found 1 right there on that end, that would have been so good for us. He is down 2 Acerolas. He may not play any more than the 2, but he could also play 3. There's another Zoroark GX. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. He does find DCE, so that makes this real tough. Okay, so what do we send up? We can send this up, devolve here, here, and here only. We actually need to send this up. We need to end him to 1. We need to get Enhanced Hammer, and we need to have him whiff. I think is what it comes down to. I think that is what it's going to come down to. We're going to have to end him to 1, find Enhanced Hammer. So let's thin out as many cards as possible. This is our last VS Seeker we're going to be using this turn. Lele. Sure, we'll go ahead and grab Lele and just bench it so we don't draw it. We're out of energy. We have to find... should we Lysandre something? Actually, no. I think we need to end to 1. This is like our only out. We go into 1. Into 1, we find our DCE to retreat next turn. We need to find Enhanced Hammer and DCE to next turn go retreat and evolve. We didn't even find Enhanced Hammer. We have 3 in the deck. Oh no. So we just lose the game. So my out thinking there was we need to find Enhanced Hammer. We need to hammer away his energy. We need to spread once. And then next turn we can come in with Espeon, take 4 prizes. We would retreat, take 4 prizes. He sends up, and then we just need to knock out Lele. Somehow we can get a Psychic Energy to do that. Oh man. So we had outs, but we needed to draw an Enhanced Hammer. And now there's no way for us to know if he would have found the DC or not, because he just attacks. But that was my out thinking there. Starting the Necrozma is so bad. That's one reason I think a lot of people choose not to play Necrozma in their Trevenant, is because of how bad starting it is. But it's just so powerful against what the current meta looks like with so many EXs and GXs. But we'll go ahead and hop in and grab another one. That just showcases why I dislike this deck, but I don't know, it happens, it happens. We'll see if we can go first and maybe lock someone turn 1. Maybe you can see the good and the bad of this deck, I don't know. But they're going to get to call the flip. We might go second twice, which would not be fun, but looks like it is another... Oh, we win! Yay, we get to go first. And it looks like it is another Zoroark Golisopod deck just based on their typings. We don't have the turn 1 right yet. Oh man, this is an ugly hand. Discarding Super Rod and a Break and an Enhanced Hammer. Top deck, Wally or Level Ball. Nope. Do we even attach this? Because he could go DCE Lele Retreat. But I guess if this is a... It might be Zoroark with a Toad. We did see Grass, so I don't think it's just... Well, I guess it could be Toad Zoroark with an Execute. So it is likely that this just gets knocked out. I think we might just attach to Necrozma Sycamore. Man, another ugly game. So, and we don't even find another Phantump. Don't even find another Phantump. We will click done, and we'll see what happens. I guess we should have played via Seeker for the Sycamore since we are probably going to get Quaking Punch locked. But, you know, whatever. Oops. Little on tilt right now, not going to lie. But we'll see if we can find a way out of this game. Maybe my opponent doesn't draw very much here. Gonna Getsus us. Gets rid of those items. Yeah, I probably should have just played via Seeker. Maybe gone ahead and played the Super Rod too. But maybe if my opponent's only supporter for the turn is Getsus, they don't have much. But nope, they have Computer Search. So that will find DCE, which means we'll be item locked, and they will have hit Phantump here. So we can find Psychic Energy or DCE and... maybe get a Black Ray this turn. We're item locked, so I don't really want to Sycamore away one of our only 2 other breaks. I don't really want to end my opponent, though, because they didn't do much on their turn. But I have to imagine after that 3-card Getsus, they probably have some sort of supporter option this turn. They didn't bench any Zaruas, which is good for us. And we're just going to go in here. I can't get rid of the last break, I don't think. We can Black Ray, do some damage, I guess. And then we actually can knock this Toad out next turn with Prismatic Burst, so that's something, but... yeah, we'll just go Black Ray. Hit him for 100. We just draw Super Rod and 3 energies on that end. That's fine. Here comes the Zoroark. Laser, probably going to put us to sleep, and we'll probably stay asleep, I would imagine. Just based on the way things are going. No, we actually stay awake, so a little bit of fortune going our way. And my opponent does just Sycamore here, so they're going to hit us for a decent chunk of damage. But they get rid of an egg and a puzzle, so good to see a puzzle go down, I guess. There's a DCE onto Zorua. And they just hit us for 60. So we actually can take a knockout with Prismatic Burst. So that's something. And we get an N, which is good as well. Let's see if we can please bench a Phantump this turn. Pretty please? No, that's too much to ask. Are you kidding me? You can't bench a Phantump here. We're going to do, what? 190 damage with this. So that's like a lot of damage. We're at least doing something, but... not much. At least gonna take a knockout, though. You can't ever say we didn't take a knockout. Oh, I didn't even look through my prizes to see we prized 2 Trevenant, but that's fine, you know. Yeah, this is the worst expanded deck right here. Trevenant, Necrozma, Enhanced Hammers. This deck's just not good, guys. Do not play this deck. This is what can happen. Unfortunately, my opponent is going to end us. We do have a large hand size, so I understand it. If my opponent doesn't Quaking Punch this turn, we might be able to find some Super Rod, or like our last Super Rod, get those energies back, because there's 4 down there, which isn't good. Putting back Break would be nice as well. Here comes the Zoroark, though, and an N. Alright, let's find some Phantumps. Here we go. There's one. Alright. Please don't use... please don't... Quaking Punch. Please don't Quaking Punch. Please just riotous beating. Oh, I thought that was his attack. I was like, thank goodness. But no, he's going to go ahead and just trade. So we'll have two options here, 20, 40, 60, 80. He's actually not knocking us out. We would die going back into my opponent's turn, though. Oh, there's a Floatstone and a DCE. Floatstone DCE. If you got it, show me, my man. Oh, by some miracle, we don't get Quaking Punched. We don't... Oh, wait, we have Verbank. He has Verbank in play. Sorry, I didn't see that he replaced our Stadium. I thought we're going to live somehow, but no, it's fine. We can find... There's Dimension Valley. We can actually attack this thing for 60, which sets it up to Espeon be devolved. So I guess that's something. But should we just go ahead and attach to a little guy, since we're going to have to find our one Super Rod left in the deck? We're just going to go Sycamore. We could probably end, but we need to draw cards. We're only going to get 4 cards off in. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and attack with the Lele. Why not? Why not? Throw it down there. Here we go. Trevenant clunking up on us, doing great things. Let's go ahead and level ball for a Phantump. We don't find our Super Rod. We'll get this guy down. Should we Ultra Ball for Jirachi, I guess? We need a level ball for Jirachi, right? But that's just like a free prize to either Zoroark or to Toad plus Choice Band plus Laser Bank. We definitely should go ahead and play our items, though. I guess we can put Espeon in play to, like, take a prize on this, maybe? We'll go Trevenant, so we can just get 2 Trevs next turn. Maybe that will do something for us. So now we're only doing 20 damage with Energy Drive, which isn't anywhere near as good. We could actually... Maybe we should have gotten a break with that, and then we could retreat and Ascension. Maybe should have thought of that. Yeah, that seems good compared to what we did. Yeah, I should have gotten a break with that Ultra Ball. So I've messed up a little bit here as well, but we'll go... Not finding the thing is unfortunate. Even finding Field Blower there would have been great, because we could get rid of his Floatstone, so we can't move the active. Rescue Scarf would have been good. There's so many good cards we could have drawn, but we didn't get there. Should have gotten a break, though, with that Ultra Ball, so that's on me. We'll see if maybe item locking him does something. I think that might be like our only hope. He is down 2 DCEs, so he can't use puzzles to get them. He has to just draw into them out of a 24-card deck. He has to find one of his 2 DCEs. And that's assuming he didn't prize one. Maybe we can find a way to come back in this. Maybe, just maybe. Not going to hold my breath or cross my fingers. But if he doesn't item lock us here, and we can find our Super Rod and get some energies back and maybe a break, that would be great. Honestly, we don't even need the Super Rod back the break. Let's see what my opponent is going to do. Just retreat into Tapu Lele and maybe pass? I really wish this had been a... What's it called now? Oh, he's actually just going to Guzma. Did he find DCE? Ultra Ball. So I guess he's just going to have to dig a little more for it. Getting another Zoroark, I assume. So this game actually is not over. If we can find... if he does get a DCE here and we can find Enhanced Hammer, get rid of it. He only has 1 left in the deck, and so there's a chance he just never finds it. But if he plays like a Special Charge or 2 puzzles this turn, that probably ends the game. Looks like he's going to trade away the egg. And what else you got? Laser. So we can evolve out of that unless he Quaking Punch kills it. He does need his last Verbank and his last DCE, so if he did rip both of those, that would be pretty lucky, not gonna lie. He's gonna get rid of Acerola and an N. Gonna go grab Lele. He has already played a supporter this turn. He did Guzma the Phantump. I don't know. Let's see what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna go Lele just for the Colorless, just to have it next turn. So we can end that out of his hand, I guess. He is just gonna pass. Oh, that's a good draw with the Field Blower. So we'll go ahead and evolve for sure. We'll Field Blower. And I guess we should end. We have to put Jirachi in play. Last Psychic Energy in the deck. We did prize the DCE. So we can find Computer Search. Just Super Rod would be great, honestly, though. I think we need to end. If he just Colresses, draws 8, like, trades twice, he's definitely going to find what he needs. So we're going to end it out of his hand. It's like our best out. I know we're only getting 4 cards, and we did find the energy. We did not find a break, though. So we found the 1 energy in the deck. Is there any reason to bench this at this point? 3 prizes left. I guess so. I don't even want to attach this. I kind of want to just hold it. Because if we attach and then this dies, then it's our last energy gone. So I think we just need to pass. Onto my opponent's turn. Propagation. So it looks like he's going to prop trade. We do have Lysandre, which could stick something active, which is good. He's already used Guzma. I don't know if he has any left. He probably plays 2, but looks like there's his other Guzma, so probably going to take 2 prizes here onto Jirachi. And if this gets back 2 DCE, the game is more than likely just going to be over. I also could have seen getting back Guzma plus DCE to guarantee it next turn, but we need to top deck into like a via Seeker to end him to 1. Yeah, so we're basically going to have to top deck here. And yeah, this deck is just bad, guys. I really don't like it. I knew when I was going to sit down to make this video that I didn't like this deck, but it is a popular expanded deck nonetheless, so I wanted to do some sort of video on it. I figure that is at least worth doing. So we need a literal top deck here. He just has the other thing in his hand. But we can go Lysandre plus Hammer? Lysandre Lele plus Hammer? That's better than getting Quaking Punched. So Lysandre Lele, hammer that DCE. So it's not over yet. He has to DCE retreat. But he's going to trade here. I wonder what he's going to dig for. And let's just top deck via Seeker into end him to 1. He plays the Breakthrough Zork. One we don't really see played all that often. This might actually be really similar to the list I posted a video on, because I did play Breakthrough Zoroark in that video. I don't anymore in this deck, but well played to my opponent, and we're playing a bad deck, so I guess that's what we get, right? And theoretically there, if we top deck in, we can end him to 1, we can attach the Psychic Energy, we can Silent Fear a bunch, and maybe win the game if he just never draws into what he needs. But with 2 Zoroark set up, that's pretty unlikely, and he ended up getting the Breakthrough Zoroark to win the game anyway. So there you go, guys. That's Trevenant. I don't think I've ever posted a video where I lost every single game in the video, but you know, I do want to represent this deck for what it is, and I think it is just kind of clunky. Maybe if we take out the Necrozma, that could like do something for the deck, but I just am not really seeing it, guys. As you can see, 0-2 there in the record. Let's pull it out real fast. We're going to call an audible here. We're going to just keep going. We're going to play another game, one more game, see if any of the changes make any difference. And what do we want to add? Maybe we should just keep the Necrozma in. Let's keep the list the same. Play one more game. We're going to get 1 win in today's video, right? 1 win. Maybe if we play with a hyper rare Necrozma, that will make the difference. Let's try that. We've opened it with our opening hand both games so far today, so we'll try the hyper rare Necrozma, see if that makes the difference, and we'll grab one more game, guys. Calling an audible. I did kind of want to end the game, or end the video there, because I dislike this deck so much, but we'll continue on. We'll see what happens, and we'll try to get one game where we can get the turn 1 lock. FT401K, I've played this person a couple times, playing Zoroark, Golisopod. It looks like we'll call tails, lose the flip. Unfortunately, there's just so much Zoroark, and this deck has a pretty unfavorable matchup against basically anything with a Zoroark in it. So, yeah, I thought about making the changes there, just going to like 8th energy, and then maybe adding some other consistency card somewhere, maybe like a Team Flare Grunt. I've seen some lists with that. But we'll just go with this and see what happens. We do start Phantump, so we get the turn 2. The earliest Trevenant we've gotten this series, I think. And not much else of a playable hand, though. Sudowoodo, not that big of a deal. A little annoying, though. Ooh, and my opponent just has to pass onto our turn. We'll just go Ascension. I'm not going to play Ultra Ball or anything right here. We did prize a Trevenant. Got 1 Super Rod in the deck. And prized a Psychic Energy, it looks like. And via Seeker, I think that's about everything. I should have checked for Lele and Jirachi. I think one of them was in there at least, but on to my opponent's turn. Were they able to top deck anything? See, we might. That's the way Trevenant wins games, guys. Our opponent just doesn't draw anything. That's how we can win games. We'll just call one more audible. We'll go one more game. That doesn't count. We can't just let that be the only way we win a game, is by our opponent passing. After we went second, we didn't even get the turn 1 Trevenant going first. But we did have the turn 1 Trevenant going first, though. That's nice to see, because we had Ultra Ball in our hand. So, you know, I said I was going to end it after 2, but it looks like we're going to 4. You know, we just mix it up sometimes over here, guys. See if we can find an opponent, and maybe we can play against something that's not playing Zoroark in the deck, so we have a shot. But with just all the Zoroark decks running around, it's just too hard. It's too hard to do anything with Trevenant. The Dark Weakness is just too much. Shedinja of Perinth here, playing a Dark Psychic Colorless deck. I'm going to assume some sort of Zoroark. We do lose the flip once again, only going first once in today's video. And we didn't even start Phantump. We could actually theoretically still have the turn 1 depending on the top deck. Like if we top deck either Wally or Jirachi or a Phantump, we can still get the turn 1 if we didn't prize anything. And we go up against Turbo Dark. Wow. What do you know? At least we have Necrozma in the deck. At least we have Necrozma. So Turbo Dark definitely can be tough for Trevenant. That is for sure. Honestly, anything is tough for Trevenant. Trevenant's just not good. It's not good, guys. Don't play it. I'm telling you, stop playing this deck. I promise, it's not worth it. We do go to sleep. Hopefully we wake up so we can get a turn 2 Trevenant. Ugh. So ugly. Ultra Ball from my opponent. They're going to play a bunch of items. I'm sure they know we're playing Trevenant. They saw Metal Psychic in the preview. They see our Trevenant sleeves, which might be a little too much of a giveaway. Maybe I shouldn't be using those, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, and Juniper here. Let's wake up. Come on, Lele. All I'm asking is that you wake up. He's probably going to get rid of GX and 2 Dark Energies. It's almost like, that was like, oh no, he actually just got rid of 3 Dark Energies. Please wake up. Thank goodness. We woke up, so we can actually get a turn 2 Trevenant here. We'll go Ultra Ball, get rid of Field Blower Enhanced Hammer. Get a Phantump. If we draw all 3 of our Trevenants, I'm going to concede the game, and we're ending this video right here, guys. That is it. He's going to just get rid of the Shaman, I'm sure. We're going to attach to active, and we're going to just Sycamore. So we didn't draw all 3, we drew just 1, which is nice. And we have a Trevenant Enhanced, we'll go ahead and do this. No Rescue Stretcher, though. We could Tapu Cure, but we're not going to do that. Luckily, he didn't play any Max Elixirs or Dark Patches or anything, so his setup is going to be a little slower, it looks like, which is great for us. Great for us. I think maybe if you play Necrozma, you should play Guzma as opposed to the... you should play Guzma as opposed to the Lysandre, but he's going to go ahead and Hex, get a couple of energy in play. He can't retreat because he hexed his own Dark Cloak. Going to hit us just for 60 with Yveltal there. And if we can just get 3 spreads off plus a Black Ray, we will actually just be able to win the game. And based on him having nothing, I think I'm just going to go Sycamore. No breaks. No breaks. Oh, we prized Necrozma. The game we could have used it. We prized it. And we can't win this game without Necrozma, guys. We cannot win this game without Necrozma. Cannot win this game without Necrozma. The one game where we actually could have had a chance because we just spread 3 times and win. 3 times and win. So frustrating. Now what do we have to do? Have to put these back. And we're going to go in. We need to find Rescue Scarves. We need to take a knockout on, I guess, the baby Yveltal and find Trevenant out of the prize, or Necrozma out of the prizes. We do have to computer search for break, which is unfortunate. We can maybe actually bring up Hoopa next turn. But I would have loved to have also gotten just like a... Rescue Scarf there. We've already played a support, otherwise we could Wally and then Computer Search for Rescue Scarf. Yeah, we'll go with this. And maybe hope for some reason he doesn't retreat and KO this. If for some reason he doesn't retreat and KO this, we can just like Lysandre Hoopa, hope he doesn't have a Dark Energy to slap on it. But most likely he'll just go retreat and Dark Pulse KO us. There's a Skyfield. Gonna bench a Lele. Wonder Tag is going to grab a Juniper. So I switch over to the Hyper Rare Necrozma, and just nothing good happens for us, unfortunately. He is going to Dark Pulse 280 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess there's a chance he doesn't have a dark energy. It's not likely. We just kind of have to hope he doesn't. Force him to either discard the thing with no damage or something with damage but also has an energy. Not that that really matters. And we'll just go on to their turn. Yep. Yep. Sounds about right. We'll send up Lele. The Seeker doesn't do anything at this point. It's like way too late. Way too late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's not killing... Oh, wait. No, he is killing Lele because of that random 10 damage from the laser earlier on. Oh, man. And we didn't even find a Trevenant because we prized one. Yeah, I see 0 outs to winning this game. 0 outs at all. We'll do some damage. Let's do that. Nope, you know what? We're gonna Tapu Cure. Why not, guys? Why not? Who cares? Why are we playing this deck? And who's still playing Turbo Dark? That's another great question, but you know, this guy's rocking out with his Turbo Dark. Who doesn't love a little blowing some stuff up with some Dark Rise? I don't know. I don't know. I don't see why people still love this deck so much. It's just obviously not that good. Is there any point to doing anything, or we're just... No, there's nothing that we can do. We'll end him to 1, because why not? For no reason at all. We'll get Rescue Scarf, because we're going to get this Phantump back, guys. We're going to get this Phantump back after he knocks out our only Phantump. We're going to put Espeon-EX in play. We're going to Miraculous Shine here, actually, guys. That is the real play. Oh, he has 2 retreats. I want a Miraculous Shine. I want a Miraculous Shine, but Phantump is a fatty and has 2 retreats. We'll Ultra Ball away these things. Sure. We'll put this Trevenant on this Phantump, and then we'll Ascension and fail Ascension, because there's no Trevenants left in the deck. We're going to go out in style, guys. Why not, right? And we'll let this guy know that he that was a really close game. That was so close. So close, but guys, yeah, just avoid this deck like the plague. Please don't play it. I think I'm going to just title this video, "This deck is awful, please do not play it." And here's why. Here's why. Thanks for watching, guys. Show your support down below by hitting the like button. Follow me on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. All those things are at TrainerChip as always. And that's going to do it for me. Please, I beg of you, this is a PSA. Do not play Trevenant. Take care.